Yo YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video here. Thank y'all for tuning in. So right now we're going to give y'all a POV on this video, but there's something I want to talk about with this POV. If you've been watching the channel, you remember I made a video maybe a few months back talking about Charlotte thefts and things like that, like how bad like it was here. It was bad. It was worse than I thought. But anyway, let me show you this news clip that I saw here. Let me go get rid of that notification from Vicrez. They always trying to get me to buy stuff. But anyway, this is not about them. But anyway, let me show you this video about how bad these car thefts were just a few weeks ago. Let me show you this video.
Charlotte Mecklenburg Police were going to talk about crime in our city for the first 3 months of the year.
And yes, part of that was about guns and homicides, but one other thing that stuck out to us in this news conference, car thefts.
From January 1 to March 31st, there have been 1,500 auto theft incidents. That's a 99% increase from last year.
A 99% increase from last year. Yes, Faith Alford digging into this. Faith, these aren't just random car thefts.
No, they aren't. More than half of those cars that are stolen are actually Kias or Hondas. Now, that number is way up. This time last year, it was only at about 6%. Much of that is because of a challenge on TikTok that showed people how to easily steal certain models. A fix is now in place, but the damage is still being done. In fact, 95% of the arrests for a stolen Hyundai or Kia were by teenagers.
Y'all, man, yo, that is crazy. So from the first quarter, I'm just gonna talk about this video real quick. From the first quarter of this year, from January 1st to March 31st, a 99% increase in car thefts. That is double than before. Than the year before. That is insane. Now granted, they did talk about the whole Hyundai and Kia stuff. I mean, granted, I know why they talked about that car mainly because of the fact it's the whole TikTok trend where they were stealing those cars and whatnot, and also those cars are extremely easy to steal, and also a lot more people have the Hondas and Kias than the Chargers and Challengers. But during that same time frame, they didn't mention the Charger, Challengers, the Mopar stuff and stuff like that. I kid you not, I saw it literally went for like 2 weeks straight where someone else's car was getting stolen. They didn't talk about those cars. I understand why. It's a little bit smaller community for these type of cars versus Hondas and Kias. Hondas and Kias are really everyday cars. I know some people say, oh, these Chargers and stuff are everyday cars too. That's not the case. But the Hondas and Kias are kind of everyday cars. More likely to see those on the road versus these cars, things like that. But I want to talk about something that was very interesting about those cars that got stolen. Just talking about the Mopars in general. I know most people that watch the channel, they're going to have a Charger or a Challenger or something like that. And if you do have a Kia or a Hyundai or something, or some family member with that, I got you too. But mainly going to talk about this car. So I'm going to give y'all a POV on this particular video and talk about a couple points from that. Now, we cannot start this video until we do the code start. We got to give y'all the code start on this particular video because you guys will be like, where's the code start? What's the code start? Here's your code start. Now, keep in mind, I just drove the car, so the code start may not hit like it should hit, but it's gonna hit enough, guys. So let's give you that code start really quick. Give you that code start. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That thing sounds amazing. I know you probably noticing the car sitting a little lower. I did an install video on my car being lower. Go ahead and check that out after this video. But let's talk about these car theft and stuff, man. So let's go ahead and get in the car. Hold on, what's that, bro? Hold on, bro. Got. Well, car lock. Car lock. What it said? Oh, they got to unlock it. Y'all can't see my code. Y'all see right there. Vibration detected. Vibration detected. Code start. Got car lock upset. Car lock didn't like that. But shout out the car lock before I get in the car. I'm gonna shout out the car lock right here. Bam. You see it. Always keep it on me. And no, this is not where I keep my car lock. I don't normally keep it here, but whatever. Show y'all it there. Let's go put that back up here. Bam. As I was getting in my car, I showed you guys the car lock. Y'all see that notification, device disconnected, engine started, the vibration detected, all that type of stuff. So yeah, so let's get in the car. Let's talk about you know, what I noticed with these particular cars, them getting stolen during this first quarter. All right, guys, so it's been a long time since I've given you guys a POV from the car here. Now, I do apologize for any noise that you may hear from the exhaust during this video, but I think it'd be cool to give you guys a POV of from this particular car and talk about the things I noticed with these thefts that was going on in Charlotte here. Now, we all know thefts, of course. Let's go track mode, man. Let's go track mode here. Go track mode. Now, with these thefts that's been going on in Charlotte, the main thing I noticed, like when it comes to Mopars and stuff like that, it was definitely a good 2-week run for those cars to get stolen, right? And that's encompassing like people that I know, people I didn't know. It was just people in the Charlotte area where their cars are getting stolen. And the common factor that I saw with these cars getting stolen was the fact that a lot of these people, it's where their cars were parked at when this happened. Now, I know these cars, I know a lot of people saying these cars got to go in the garage, things like that, blase, certain places you can't take your car and whatnot. But the main place where I saw this stuff happening, most of the cars that got stolen, if not all of them, these cars got stolen from apartment complexes. And I'm gonna tell you how bad it is with parking these cars in an apartment complex. Got another notification. What's going on? Look, car moved. Oh, yeah, car lot telling me my car moved. So with these cars being stolen, right, like I said, being parked in an apartment complex. Now, I'm gonna go on the record and say this. I'm not gonna sit here and talk down about anybody or where they choose to park their car, where they live and things of that nature, right? I understand when people, you know, get their living quarters and stuff situated, whether you have a house or apartment. I'm not gonna talk down on apartment. I personally have a house, but you definitely got to understand there's definitely different risks when you have your car parked in an apartment, especially someone that's ungated and things like that. Even the gated ones, they're not safe at all and stuff like that. But this is why I feel like those locations are definitely worse than anywhere else. So first and foremost, like when you park your car in an apartment, number one, a lot of times you can't control which apartment you get, right? You may get an apartment on the first floor, second floor, and whatnot. It don't matter. Ground floor, it don't matter. But you can't really control what direction your apartment faces. I've lived in a few apartments myself, and it was always hit or miss depending on which direction you face. Sometimes you're facing out back, sometimes you're facing out front, sometimes you're facing off to the side. So if you get one of these cars and you go to park it, it may not be possible to keep eyes on your car at all times. Yes, of course, I know a lot of people are saying, well, you can get a garage if you have an apartment complex. Now, I stayed at one apartment complex that had a garage before I got my cars or whatnot, and sometimes those garages aren't as convenient. Like, a lot of people get the garages for the extra storage space to put their cars in, and it's hard to get a garage right by your apartment that you stay in. You know, it's at that point it's kind of inconvenient that you stay in one apartment here and your garage is across the way, that you got to walk 5 minutes to your garage to get in, things like that. But I understand, like, it's not easy to get a garage in some apartment complexes. It's just part of the game there. So you got your car parked. Let me get through this gear. So you got your car parked at your apartment complex here, and it spends a lot of time there. People can come in and out, people can see where your car is parked at. And also, I mean, if you say that you can park your car in front of your apartment all the time, that may not be the case, right? There's also other people that stay there, and they're going to park in random places. You may not have assigned parking, and your car may be parked in front of your apartment sometimes, and sometimes it may not be. You can't really control that because you can't control all the other people that stay in the same place. And also, you probably don't want people parking beside you because we don't trust other people by our cars because of door dings and things like that. So you may try to park off by yourself to avoid damage and things like that. What I'm trying to say is parking at an apartment definitely opens you up to more risk with getting these cars stolen, as I saw you know, a few weeks ago when, well, maybe a few weeks ago, maybe like a month ago, where I saw a lot of these cars getting stolen from apartment complexes. And the reason I know they were at an apartment complex because when they posted a picture saying my car's stolen, it was parked at an apartment complex. So that's telling me that's probably where the car is parked. Now, as I stated before, I know a lot of times, you know, I'm not going to say, you know, don't buy an apartment and don't get this type of car, things like that. I understand, you know, everyone has different wants in life. Not everybody wants to buy a house. It's not easy getting a house. I mean, the house prices are crazy right now, and that's a lot more cost that can come out your pocket if something breaks. And not everybody wants to be homeowners, right? And like I said, I bought a couple houses myself already, and it's definitely a lot more cost involved with owning a house versus having an apartment. But I understand everybody has different walks of life, so we're not going to talk about that. But I'm just more so talking about with these cars and what I've noticed, you know, how these cars are getting stolen. Now, one of the things that I do want to mention here, anytime I talk about car security, theft prevention, things like that, I always get comments saying, well, that's not going to stop this, that's not going to stop that, people can do this, people can do that. I want to say this, it doesn't matter, you know, with these ways to prevent your car from being stolen or being aware of something going on with your car, thieves steal these cars in multiple ways. There's not one surefire way that they steal these cars. The most popular way that they steal these cars, they replicate the key fob signal, or they try to clone the keys. Things that can stop that, help stop that, are going to be kill switches and whatnot. In some extreme cases, if they are not that high tech, they will come tow your car or push your car away, and you can use a neutral trap cover, which I also have in the car as well, so that way they can't put it in neutral to push it away. Some even more extreme cases where you're driving, someone behind you hits you, you get out the car to inspect the damage, then they hop out and steal your car that way. Or they break into your car, steal your address out the car, don't touch anything else. You call the cops because someone broke into my car. While you're dealing with that, they go to your house and they wait on you to get back so they can come get your car that way. There are multiple ways these cars get stolen, right? And you have to protect your car, I'll say, in multiple ways. You can't just do one thing and think it's gonna cover everything. You can buy a $1,000 alarm, and that's not going to stop them from maybe taking a tow truck and push your car away. Granted, you know, alarm go off, things like that. There's multiple ways that they are going to steal these cars, and I just want to make sure everyone's safe and understand that, right? So that's why I have multiple things in my car to help prevent with theft. Now, granted, I know I stay in a house, I have a garage, I keep my car in the garage all the time. Granted, I stay in also a pretty good neighborhood. I don't take chances. My neighborhood is open, anyone can drive in and out of it at any time, so I don't want to sit there and just park my car outside thinking nothing will happen. It is possible someone could try to scope me out, see where I live, and then try to find out, okay, well, he stays here, let's go try to get his car, stuff like that. You know, I still, you know, am like very wary of where I park my car and where I take my car. But I do understand that if you don't have, if you're staying in an apartment, that, you know, you have different, you know, risks and things like that you have to come by. I just want people to understand that your car is going to spend a lot of time at home, and if you get one of these Scat Packs and you stand in a place and you can't, you know, cover your car, secure your car, put it in the garage, things like that, you got to be aware of the multiple ways that these cars get stolen, and you have to make sure that you do something to protect yourself. A lot of times what I'm seeing here is that people don't take the time to do any sort of theft prevention, theft deterrent, anything like that with their cars. I mean, a lot of these ways to do it are very inexpensive. You're going to spend more on gas than a lot of this stuff. And I talk about car lock a lot. One thing that will help you a lot is the car lock. If someone steals your car, drives off with it, things like that, you'll be aware of it going on, so you can act accordingly on doing what you got to do. These cars are going up in value. They're not making these cars anymore. You bought a Scat Pack back in 2015, 2016 for under $40,000. These cars are going for $50,000 and up now. Granted, your insurance could give you money towards a new car, but you're gonna be paying, you have to buy a car that's gonna be more expensive than the car that recently got stolen and stuff. So that's why you really want to get the tracking and stuff on the car, get the security alert so you know what's going on. Like I said, very easy to install. You see the discount codes that I've got in the car, I mean not in the car, in the video, so that way you can take advantage of that stuff as well. I just want to get people protected, want people to be aware of what's going on out there. Not only you want to be wary of where you park your car while at home, also at work as well. If you work in certain places where you don't have secure parking and whatnot, you definitely want something to alert you what's going on with your car. Personally, thankfully I work somewhere where my parking is 100% secure. It is so secure that if I forget my badge, they won't even let me get on site. And yeah, that's how secure it is. I know not everyone has that luxury of that happening, but you want to be aware of that. If you have your car parked at a mall, or you work somewhere at a store, and you can't, you know, see your car at all times, you definitely want to make sure you have something in your car. You don't want to be working 8 hours a day, come out at the end of the day thinking everything is all good, and the next thing you know, you don't have a car to go home in. So just want to make sure, you know, you take those necessary precautions, man. I can't stress this enough. I see it all the time. People will get these cars and not do anything to these cars as far as protecting the car, but will go out and go get mid-monthly delete, go out to get tint, go out and do all these mods to the car, but won't do the stuff that's cheaper to get done to at least protect it, to get yourself in a better situation with your car. Now, a lot of stuff will not stop it. It is they will alert you what's going on or slow down the thieves. That's what the goal is here, is to make sure you're aware of what's going on with your car, and also slow thieves down in the event they try to take it a step further. So make sure you get yourself squared away. I know you saw the car lock codes and stuff like that. The temp, all that stuff is in the description below. So make sure you cop that and get that, and layer your security. Layer your security up. Kill switches, neutral cover straps, lock, clubs, all that. Layer your security. Layer your security. One thing car lock will do that a lot of stuff don't do is give you alerts. A lot of stuff won't give you alerts. A kill switch won't give you an alert. The theft deterrent, the neutral strap cover won't give you an alert, but the car lock will give you an alert, and you can track it if they get past all of that. If you miss every alert that happens with your car, like you saw the alerts that was going off, you miss all those alerts, then yeah, you definitely, you probably, I don't know, you can't miss all those alerts. Too many alerts to miss. But anyway, man, let me know if you have any questions below, man. Hopefully, if anyone's watching this video and you stay in an apartment and you don't have any kind of protection on your car, make sure to do so. I've seen it too many times that these cars are getting stolen from apartment complexes, and that's really kind of like the easiest places to get these cars right now. So get yourself protected. Make sure you're good. As always, we're gonna catch you on the next video. We're out. Cut it.